What's up, you guys? Welcome back to WideBody Nation. This is a 10,000 mile review of my 2021 Ram 3500 high output diesel. Obviously it is the dually 8-foot bed, and I'll go over a lot of the specs with you because there's a lot of options I got on this truck that I like, and there's a few that I feel like I could have gotten, but you guys know how the market is right now. Beggars can't be choosers. Not a lot of supply on the market, and I got a great deal on this truck, so I've kind of modified it so that I can kind of scratch the itch of having the nicer features without having to pay $80,000-$90,000 for like a limited or whatever it may be, right? So in this video, I'm just gonna go over everything I like, I don't like about the truck, the things I've changed, and then there's gonna be videos released, for instance, on the headlights and on the bed cover separately, although I will touch on them rather extensively in this video as well. So this, if you guys don't know, is a Tradesman. Now, if you're saying it's a Tradesman and you're looking at the headlights and you're looking at the wheels, you're like, that's not what the Tradesman comes with. So the first big issue I have with the truck, I got the truck tinted and I could not see the halogen headlights on these Rams, the normal ones that come with the lower trim levels. I'm not exaggerating, it was dangerous. We were out to dinner one night and my wife was like, did you see that person that you almost hit? And I legitimately said no. Granted, they were jaywalking in the middle of like a 4-lane road, but I'm not trying to run anybody over, whether it's on accident or whatever it may be. So with that being said, that night I literally went online and ordered these headlights. I do have a couple bones to pick with these headlights. They look good, they have kind of the OEM look plus, but they have not been issue free, so that's kind of all. I'll leave it there. They're the Morimoto XD HD headlights for the Ram 25 and 3500s. Next, wheels. The chrome hubcaps, they were okay. Did I need to spend the money on these wheels? No. A lot of people are saying that I should have went and got you know, 20s or 22s and jacked the truck up, but guys, this truck already has such a high hitch that I need about a 5 to 7 inch drop hitch on here just to get hooked up to my normal trailer. So later down the road, yes, I probably will do something aftermarket wheel and tire, but right now I like the stock stance. Even though it looks a little bit weak, I think the black helped it out a lot. Okay, so gonna keep talking about exterior, and guys, we'll get to the interior because the interior has a lot of the things that I feel like I got a good deal on this truck and that you might be interested in. So exterior wise, bed cover, this is the Diamondback HD bed cover. I'm gonna give it a couple. I mean, that thing is solid. They originally came up with this bed cover to park ATVs and side-by-sides. This bed cover is rated for over, I believe, 1,500 pounds on top of it, not under it. Because this bed, I mean, you can put thousands and thousands of pounds in this bed. I mean, these leaf springs back here, they are gigantic. Yes, they do not ride very smoothly, but this truck feels way better when it has a few thousand pounds in the bed and 10,000 pounds behind it. So this again is the Diamondback HD bed cover. It's their original bed cover. They have other options if you want to get kind of fancy, but those bed covers that they offer are less they have a lower rating for the actual, you know, carrying capacity. So just kind of decide what, you know, decide for yourself what you want if you're gonna go with this. This is the only bed cover I can have now. And my tuner, Tommy Kettner, he bought my Raptor that had this bed cover on it, and he thought they looked a little bit funny at first, but then he realized how useful they are. So he's actually getting another one because he just got a 2021 Ford F-250 diesel, and we'll actually talk about that in a second, okay? So I'm a huge fan of this bed cover, as I've said probably 3 times in this video already. Other things with the video, or with this review, I mean, I like the way the truck sits right now. Like we said, we got tinted bed cover, wheels, and headlights. It's kind of like a stock plus look. Looks like a more expensive truck than it is. Sticker on this truck was 66, and now I've put about $2 grand into the wheels, $2 grand into the bed cover, and then about 1,500 into the headlights. So, you know, definitely about 70 grand into the truck at this point. But I mean, for 70 grand for this much capability, I think it's hard to beat. With that being said, let's hop in and we can start. Before I even sit in it, we can talk about a few things. So yes, this is a Tradesman, so this is all just plastic, straight up work truck status. You know, the steering wheel is kind of the more work truck style, but big thing is you get the screen, and we'll talk about the screen in a second. You guys notice that I kind of have like an old man back pad right here. You know, these seats, I wouldn't describe them as uncomfortable, but I also wouldn't describe them as comfortable. They basically are just seats. So for me, I have some lower back issues from, you know, from my Army days, from my sports days, from all that other stuff. You know, I'm still in the Army, but anyways, you know, a couple inch foam pad has pretty much rectified any issues I have with the seats, because I'm one of those people that most people get into my car and they're like, oh, this seat's uncomfortable. And it's because I have the lumbar maxed out. Like I have like the lumbar so that I'm sitting up super straight. I also sit pretty athletically in cars for a 6'3", a 6'4" person. Next, we got the bench seat in the front, which I like a lot. My dogs do appreciate that. My golden doodle likes to sit in the front seat, but this one front seat is not big enough for him because he's like 74 pounds. So I put that up, and then he likes to lie, you know, horizontally like that. You know, in the back seat, let's talk about the back seat. So on some Rams, this load floor fold out comes flat, because these Rams, they are actually, the Ram HDs are a very old design truck. It's kind of like the Chargers and the Challengers. Very old design, don't fix what ain't broken kind of deal. So they have this annoying transmission tunnel right here that leaves you with not a flat back seat, even when you fold up the bench or the split, whatever you have. Some come with this fold out, but this was another about $500 I had to spend, which is a lot of money for just some carpet and some carpet and it's probably some sort of plywood or ABS plastic. I don't know, I haven't cut it open, but I actually had to go out and get the mounting screws at Home Depot as well. I'll move my tools. I had to go buy those screws to mount it right here, but highly recommend this because, you know, I can keep my stuff back there, and then my dogs also hang out back there when we're on road trips and stuff. So, you know, pros and cons of getting the base model. Let me show you guys, since, you know, not all of you guys have watched my other Ram videos. This is a Tradesman, but this thing has an 8-inch screen, and that's really all you need. We'll start her up and I'll show you the crazy stuff here, folks. So we got our auxiliary switches, we got our trailer control, all that good stuff. Very basic AC, but it gets the job done. We'll go ahead and turn that down. Check this out. Folks, we're in a $66,000 base model Tradesman Ram. Surround view cameras. Surround view cameras. This is, I don't know, this blows my mind. Look at all that. To me, that's bananas that you can get that in a base model truck. I know some of you guys are gawking at 66 or at anything that's, you know, anything that's high of a price, but, you know, I know people who just bought $80,000 trucks that don't have surround view cameras, and they're these big trucks. Like, as good of a driver as you are, you cannot deny that these surround view cameras do not add a little bit of help, because you can be looking at mirrors and then just glance back and make sure you're not in the blind spot. This has the blind spot monitoring too on the mirrors, as you guys can see right there. These are the folding mirrors, and they do also power fold in. Again, folks, this is a base model truck. So I am very happy with how it is in here. We have the manual four-wheel drive controls, which I've been told is preferable because it is less likely to fail, more so than where, you know, you would have your electric knob right here. I mean, the electric knob is nice, it does clean up this area, but I'm all down for that manual aspect. A lot of storage because they didn't really, you know, none of this is really churched up in here. It is pretty basic. Obviously no sunroof. I'm not paying, I don't want to pay an extra $1 or $2 grand for something that's just going to increase the center of gravity, you know, raise the center of gravity and probably break. I never use sunroofs. If you're going to have a sunroof, you might as well buy a convertible. That's my opinion. Jump in the comments down below. Other than that, you know, the interior of this truck, I'm enjoying the fact that there's still a column shifter, nice basic gauges. I mean, you got everything here that you need. You can go through all your vehicle information here. It's not like you don't have it. It's just not some crazy, you know, big ass display in the middle of your truck, whereas some other trucks are like that. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and jump out back to the outside of the truck and just kind of show you a couple more things that are the nitty gritty. Okay, so before we go talk some nitty gritty in the back of the truck, wanted to talk about this truck and towing and how it rides. So again, I have about 10,900 miles on this truck, and about 6,000 to 7,000 of that has been towing my, it's an enclosed 26-foot bumper pull trailer. So with that being said, with it being a bumper pull, it's a little bit twitchy, nowhere near as bad as it would be if I was just using like a 1500 truck. The dually back there obviously helps. The fact that this truck weighs like 4 tons also helps with that. That trailer unloaded is a little under 4,000 pounds, and then loaded up, it's anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000 pounds. And this truck eats it up. It loves towing. You can barely even tell it's back there. Gas mileage wise, on the highway, this thing has been creeping up towards 15, 16, 17. I almost kissed 18 not towing on this last road trip I went on over the summer. Towing, depending on how fast you're going, you're in the 9, 10, 11 range. If you stay under 70, you can easily get 10, 11 with my 10,000 pound bumper pull enclosed trailer. You know, the faster you go though, the more wind resistance you build up, all that good stuff. So, you know, it's a give and take. Get there faster, be a little bit more unsafe. Some states have rules for towing too, especially if you're DOT. So I know some of you guys might get triggered by some of the stuff I say if you guys are like hot shotters or you're professionals. So jump in the comments, roast me up, it's all good. But yeah, generally speaking, really no issues with towing on this truck. Honestly, I feel like towing for most trucks is kind of like the weak point, especially if you just have like a 1500. But I mean, this thing wants to tow. When it's not towing and it's not loaded up with like at least 1,000 pounds of bed, it is pissed. I mean, even adding this bed cover, which the bed cover I think weighs roughly between 100 and 200 pounds, because it's an 8-foot bed. This cross member alone, installing this thing was me, and you guys will see in the video, and it was pretty funny because this thing is heavy. So I guess we'll just go ahead and jump into a little bit of the nitty gritty of the bed capacity. I've got all my keys here. This is a locking bed cover. Again, this is probably one of the most secure bed covers on the market. So you just unlock it like that, and then boom, and then it is, you know, it has the struts there, the gas struts. So I do have the bed loaded up a bit right now because I need to make a trash run, and I need to bring my, you know, trailer insulation and decking back to the trailer. But as you can see, I do have a drop-in toolbox from the same company, from Diamondback. So same people that make this, they make that. Plays nicely together. And you know, with that drop-in toolbox, you can still put about 6 inches of stuff that runs your full 8-foot bed. And then with that drop-in toolbox, then you still have a normal size truck bed to put the rest of your stuff. So, you know, you do sacrifice a little bit of room, but I would highly recommend it. Back to stuff that came on the truck, we have all our different outlets, including a toaster outlet back here in the bed, which is very important for me. And we have our bed lighting, our LED bed lighting with our, you know, with our little push button switch here. Do appreciate that. We'll leave that open for the lighting. I'll go ahead and unlock this front area. If you guys have never seen these before, a lot of people think these bed covers look weird and kind of function weird, but then once you get them, it's one of those things where it's like you don't know you need it until you get it, and then once you have this bed cover, it's hard to make an argument for anything else, honestly. So a lot of people are worried about this bed cover flying up and then doing like a full-on yard sale into traffic. Well, Diamondback has obviously thought of that, and all you do is just go ahead and I'll just put the camera here, and you just pull it down a little bit, and then you push that up. So this is the lockout right here. It only lets the bed cover go up to about where you guys saw right there. So this is the 13-inch deep toolbox. I have, you know, I've got a little plate carrier in there, got some extra ratchet straps, some duct tape, and got my tire inflator, and then we got a purge mask and some Whistling Diesel mulch squatted truck back there. But overall, definitely a cool setup. I'm gonna put the squatted truck mulch up front so that we don't forget to do that video unboxing that. But other than the bed cover and what's in the bed, that is pretty much it for this update so far. You know, we've got a full setup here now, folks. I thoroughly enjoy having a truck again. You know, ever since I got rid of my Raptor, because there was a whole debacle with insurance and Turo and a bunch of other things, I was missing a truck. And I mean, this is the truck of trucks. I know a lot of people say that like people are compensating for whatever with the dually, with the big trucks, and that's, you know, that's why I didn't lift this thing to the moon or didn't put some crazy stuff on it. You know, it's just a black work truck, and I've been towing with this thing more than even I thought I would be. So kind of, I guess, pat myself on the back for actually using this truck for what it's intended for. I mean, I'm not hot shotting 25,000 pounds, not goosenecking it yet, but I am really enjoying it. I mean, I do hate the diesel exhaust fluid. This thing does have the diesel exhaust fluid since it's a 2021. You got that right there. This area in here is always just gross. I clean it out every time I put def in it, and it just crystallizes right up. So that's a whole nother video, I guess, but I'm gonna go run and get rid of this trash. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know in the comments below if you like this Ram content, if you like the truck content, especially from someone who, this is my first diesel. So I'm learning a lot about diesels, learning a lot about heavy duty trucks here. Owning the Raptor was just kind of like owning a big car. My wife had no problem driving the Raptor, whereas she hates driving this thing. So that tells me that this is definitely a different beast. It's not bad on the highway, but you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. But like I said, has those surround view cameras, and this is a base model truck. I just can't get over that. I tell everybody about it. I tell everybody. But appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys want your Defund the EPA merch, get it, link below. Use discount code CATLESS for free shipping, because everybody knows that we'd be in a better place if we just didn't have cats in this world. All that precious metal that's mined by, you know, not gonna call it slave labor, but call it forced labor. You know, EPA, I disagree with pretty much everything you guys do. If you were so effective, EPA, then why would Flint happen? Why would the BP oil spill happen? Why would all that happen if you guys were so effective? There's some other links in the description. You know, we got Webull, my favorite stock trading app. We got M1 Finance down there. I think they're doing up to $50 right now. So if you guys are watching this video right now and the special is still going on, M1 Finance will give you $50 just for signing up and depositing your first $100. There's other links down there. Check it out. You know, all that stuff changes. It ebbs and flows depending on when you're watching this video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys for the next video.